Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So I'm not sure if all of you are aware of this, but on our YouTube page there's a community tab where we post all kinds of cool things there, like videos, just like social media type posts, and often put questions out there for you guys to give me some feedback. Just the other day I was asking for another round of Q&A topics, and you guys came through and gave me so many responses, and I thank you so much for that. Unfortunately, I can't answer all of them here. So anyway, let me pick the best ones. I think they're not necessarily the best, but ones I see that get asked of me often in my live streams, so that information isn't up there for everyone to see forever. So let's get them here for the rest of recorded YouTube history. So the first one is a question we get asked often, like, do we consume oil? And on a recent video of us at the Royal Seco Music Weekend, someone said, I hate to be the guy who brings this up, but all that food there is not salt and oil free. So I guess there's some confusion about how much salt or oil do we actually use. So let's set this straight here. When we cook at home, when we prepare food here, we don't use oil. We don't put salt in our food. So yeah, when we're at home, it's pretty much salt and oil free. However, when you go out and leave the home and go out to restaurants, vegan events, and festivals like this, yeah, you can't expect them to prepare foods at the standards that you're used to. So yeah, if you want to have a social life, you want to go out and hang out with friends at vegan restaurants or vegan events, yeah, you're going to have some oil and salt. So I figure if you're eating, pretty much oil and salt free like 98% of the time, day in and day out, that's what matters most. So if you get a little salt and a little oil when you occasionally go out to get some food, I don't think it's a big deal. Fab4Fever asks, what's our take on the different ways of being vegan, such as eating a Fruitarian diet or a more starch-heavy McDougall diet or Dr. Fuhrman's diet? And there's just so many ways to be vegan. And here's my take, and I'm sure I'm speaking for Anji too, because we both went vegan for the same reason, so that animals wouldn't have to die needlessly for us to live. So as long as you're not eating animals, doesn't really matter to me. I'm stoked. Yeah, if you're Fruitarian, if you're McDougall, if you eat like we do, I'm cool. In fact, I don't even care if you call yourself vegan or plant-based, because the animals don't care. They just don't want to die. So yeah, as long as you're not eating animals, I give a big thumbs up. Congratulations. Where I do have a little problem though is if someone on one of these particular vegan diets has a superiority complex about their particular way of being vegan and looks down upon others and makes it very vocal how their way is the best way of being vegan and all others are less healthy or what have you. So I think that needs to stop, but my personal favorite way of eating vegan is the way that we do it, obviously, like, the way Anji and I eat, from like Keep It Carb Baby, high carb, low fat vegan. But if you want to do a different way of being vegan, I'm totally cool. Ali asks, what's my opinion on fluoridated water? Should she invest in a water filter? So let me give you my opinion here. Again, it's just my opinion. If yours is different, great. I'm not the be-all, end-all of all wisdom and knowledge in the world. So anyway, my personal opinion is that I find it kind of strange, kind of fishy, that so many cities and municipalities insist on fluoridating the entire water supply. They say the reasoning is to help people's dental health, but they don't need to fluoridate the entire water to do that. People could brush with fluoride toothpaste, as most people do. But yeah, it's in everything. So when you bathe, you're absorbing fluoride. When you water the plants, they're absorbing fluoride. Not necessarily good things. And considering that there are cities and municipalities that don't fluoridate their water supplies, and as far as I know, their customers, their citizens, aren't like losing teeth or have worse dental health. So I think it's kind of odd when they fluoridate water supplies. And I read that it's not necessarily like a pharmaceutical grade of fluoride. It's kind of like an industrial waste level grade. So more reason to avoid it. It doesn't really do you any good. Again, if you're really into fluoride, just brush with fluoride toothpaste. If you really think it's that important, but you don't need to have every bit of water that you drink and bathe in and water your plants in have fluoride in it. And yes, I have a water filter that I love. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I'm not saying mine is the best, but I love it. It gets rid of not only fluoride, but other nasty things like chlorine or chloramines, depending on where you live, and all sorts of weird, nasty metals. So yeah, if you really want to have good, pure water, I would suggest investing in a water filtration system. Justin asks, will I ever get tired of debunking Joe Rogan and his guests? My answer is, well, as long as he keeps putting these anti-vegans just speaking such complete nonsense, basically lying through their teeth about vegan diets, I'm going to keep responding, because their information gets out there, and why should it be able to disseminate amongst the population and have the people believe it to be true because it was on Joe Rogan? So yeah, when your grandpa forwards you this clip from Joe Rogan that says veganism is bad, it's going to kill you in the world, you can forward back to your grandpa my response video and show him how everything that was said on Joe Rogan's show was completely false. So yeah, as long as he keeps having these anti-vegans on his show, including himself, yeah, we'll keep on responding. And lastly, I got a few questions about what to do if you're the only vegan in your family, how to deal with them and interact with them, and I can relate because I'm the only vegan in my family, and also how to deal with a new person you're befriending who's not vegan, just doesn't really know much about it. And I think it's the same answer. Particularly for your family though, you don't want to come off as really preachy and act like you're better than them. Have compassion for your family members, because remember, you probably weren't vegan your entire life as well. You had a turning point where you're ready. Somehow something about you was ready to go vegan, and that might not be true for your family members. So just show them how it's not some weird, crazy, trippy, hippie, new age diet. Yeah, there's like professional athletes that do it, all sorts of doctors, healthy doctors and healthy people all around the world are vegan, and show them how the food's delicious. A lot of people think we just eat grass or birdseed or tofu, and just show them all the delicious foods that vegans eat. One thing we did a couple years ago on, I think it was like a Father's Day gathering at Anji's dad's house, we broke out the Beyond Burgers, and everyone was like intrigued. They're looking at them and how realistic they looked as far as real meat, the smell, the texture. We even gave them a few bites. So yeah, just be an advocate in that way, a positive advocate, rather than someone who's like just saying, hey, you know, you're killing things. Like, that's going to instantly have them closed off, and anything you say after that, they're just not going to listen to, even if you speak complete truth. And same if you have like a new friend, and they don't understand veganism. Again, you don't want to be preachy. Depending on what kind of friend they are, if they're like someone you're interested in, like, you know, hanging out with, Netflix and chilling, come back and watch, like, you know, What the Health or Cowspiracy, stuff like that. Just show them some truths about how plant-based diets don't have all the horrible health effects and environmental effects that their meat-based diets do. So bottom line is, be positive, lead by example. I should say too, I want to try to keep these QA videos on the short side. Like I said earlier, I don't want the information to get buried in a 2.5 hour live stream. You can't really find the topics that you're looking for. So I want to try to keep these relatively short and do them sort of frequently. So let me know. Leave some likes down below, some comments. Let me know what you think of this format. And like I said, if I missed your question, I missed most of yours because I only answered like 5 or 6 out of like the 70, 80 questions I got. Hopefully I'll get it next time. So I'll let you know. I'll leave another post on our community tab in a week or two. Just follow us, make sure you get the notifications, and try again. So anyway, I'll post your questions and comments down below, and until next time guys, let's keep it carb, baby, keep it carb.
You've got me spinning circles, spinning round and round, spinning till I'm dizzy, falling to the ground. You've got me spinning circles round